Welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you so very much, and welcome once again to another hour of Continental Championship Wrestling, brought to you direct from the Hopwell Auditorium, deep in the heart of Dixie and Birmingham, Alabama. Two big championship matches are on tap tonight. In addition to this, we're going to be seeing the Bullets in action. We'll be seeing the Continental Championship, Robert Fuller going up against Brad Armstrong, and the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship, the exotic Adrian Street defending his title against Norvell Austin, and Lady Maxine will be here. Amen. And a host of other great matches, Boomerang Slinger for Olympia, Robert Fuller in the Continental Championship against Brad Armstrong. All this and much, much more upcoming. Right now, though, it's time for our first match, a very special match indeed. Let's go to our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this very special match is for the Southeastern Heavyweight title. Gives you one fall, there is a special 30-minute time limit. First of all, as he makes his way towards the ringside, he is the champion. He weighs in at 222 pounds from the Royal Forest of Dean. Here is the exotic Adrian Street with Miss Linda. He weighs in at 227 pounds. Memphis, Tennessee, my junkyard dog, Norvell Austin. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, he is accompanied by the lady of the hour, Lady Maxine. The referee, senior official, Ronnie West. The title is on the line.
All right, special referee, Ronnie West. Handling this Southeastern Heavyweight Championship match. There you see her, the fabulous Lady Maxine, all 6 feet 4 inches of her. Don't know her exact weight, but she is a perfectly proportioned young lady. And I've got to judge, she's got to be somewhere around the 180-pound class. She is a tall lady indeed. And she is at ringside with Norvell Austin for the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship. Miss Linda, who is always at the side of the exotic Adrian Street, he, of course, is the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. And Street seems to be somewhat missed over the reception that was given to Lady Maxine. Street proudly exhibiting his country's colors. Ronnie West. Quick spray job here by Miss Linda. All right, Miss Linda. Well, he wants a little more. We almost had a confrontation. Southeastern Heavyweight Championship on the line. In case you've just tuned in, that's what it's all about. Southeastern title. For weeks we've been telling you about Lady Maxine, and she's there at ringside. Mohawk haircut and all. The exotic one, mincing about the ring. This for the boot, and Norvell Austin standing here briefly, and it is Street watching carefully. He is somewhat unnerved by the presence of Lady Maxine. Understandably so. Norvell Austin has him up against the ring rope. Good clean break by Norvell. Once again, the referee is the NWA troubleshooting referee. Ronnie with good move. Notice the overhook on the head and the underhook on the arm. And then a knee to the midsection, a boot to the side of the head. A short chopping right hand. He rips across the edge. Norvell Austin explodes. Catches the exotic one, and Austin now concentrating on the midsection and one to the top of the head. Don't let this man, the exotic Adrian Street, fool you, however. With his mincing ways and his fancy raiment, he is doubly dangerous. Notice Maxine staying outside the ring. But boy, does she have her eyes on exotic Adrian Street. Street now high knee lift, puts Norvell Austin down. And Street closes in once again. And Norvell explodes back with a hard right hand. Street took it, fired back again. Street catches him now. Two right, the third right. And it was, looked to me like Lady Maxine might have tripped him up just a tad. Got his foot outside. Norvell Austin catches him with a beautiful forearm to the side of the jaw. Drove the champion to the canvas. And so the exotic Adrian Street's beginning to find out what it's like to have an adversary outside of the ring when you're facing an adversary inside. There she is, Lady Maxine. By the way, Lady Maxine, besides being a tremendous athlete, has her degree in mass comm. And something happening here. Miss Linda and left the scene rather hurriedly as Maxine closed in. Snapmare by Norvell Austin. a problem here with the referee. Norvell caught from behind once again by the exotic Adrian Street. Street catches him one in the middle. Forearm clubbing hand or forearm to the side of the head. Rear chin lock and forearms into the chest. Calling for the break. Street breaks now, lateral press. Norvell Austin powers out. One to the midsection, but Street using that knee to the eye of Norvell Austin. Up into those ring ropes, and Miss Linda getting in a cheap shot there. Norvell caught with a clubbing right hand. Street delivers another one and another one, driving Norvell back into the turnbuckles. And so Street has thrown away the rule book and is using the fist, but he's caught with an elbow. Miss Linda up on the ring apron. And Miss Linda being chased now by Lady Maxine. Miss Linda scurrying to get out of the way of Lady Maxine. Norvell Austin dropped to the canvas, and it is very quickly. The exotic Adrian Street crashing down on Norvell Austin. And it may be all over. Couple of hard right hands. Street has him up, a full body slam on Norvell Austin. Austin in trouble. Miss Linda up on the ring apron now. Here comes, and wait a minute. Lady Maxine got her hands on Miss Linda. And what's happening here? Roberto. He caught him with a haymaker right. Norvell Austin has just defeated the exotic Adrian Street for the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship. The pink belt no longer belongs to the exotic Adrian Street. And there you see Lady Maxine. And, brother, what a hard right hand she's got. Street trying to get to his feet. And the crowd denying that Lady Maxine had anything to do with it. The referee could not have... Aha! Miss Linda now pounding away on Norvell Austin. And there is the exotic Adrian Street. And wait a minute, who's this masked person? We've got another hitman in the ring. And the mask... Right there. She caught the exotic Adrian Street. And then she leveled the hitman. What a right hand she's got. We have got a brand new Southeastern...
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of 8 minutes and 39 seconds. We have a new Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Norvell Austin.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to try and get them up here. I don't even want to look at a rerun of this or a retake. I don't want it shown right now. But I'll tell you what, let's try and get him up here. We'll have a word with the new champion right after we pause for these words.
Continental Championship Wrestling in Florence, Alabama on Tuesday, Talladega on Wednesday, Gadsden, Alabama on the 29th. And tomorrow night in Birmingham at Bothwell Auditorium, Continental Championship Wrestling presents a tar and feather match. Tommy and Johnny Rich against the Nightmares. Continental Championship, no disqualification. Brad Armstrong against Robert Fuller. Take this match, the Bullet against Mr. Olympia. Southeastern title return. Norvell Austin, seconded by Lady Maxine against the exotic Adrian Street, attended by Miss Linda, plus 5 other big matches.
Let me congratulate right now the brand new Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Norvell Austin. Norvell, before I talk to you, and Lady Maxine, before I talk to you, let's go to the ring right now, and the former Southeastern champion, the exotic Adrian Street.
It's well known in professional wrestling, Adrian Street, that the champions makes the law, and you're no longer the champion.
I'm the champion! As far as I'm the champion! That American female, that Street, that Wingo, that Anderson, you know her! She interfered with my match! She interfered with my match! Look what you did to him! She interfered with my match! Miss Linda would never interfere with a match! Anytime I'm the champion, you must put your belt right up! My belt! I want my belt back! Don't you get your dirty fingerprints on my pretty big belt!
Gordon, back to you.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Lady Maxine, it was very foolish of Mr. Street to run his chin into your fist.
Well, Gordon, I don't think that actually happened. He was right there. And I was just standing right there because Linda was up in the ring. It wasn't my fault. I was just doing, what I was supposed to be doing.
Amen to that, and congratulations.
Very special tag team event has a one fall with a 20-minute time limit. First of all, in the ring at a combined weight of 541 pounds from Fort Worth, Texas, and Detroit, Michigan, here is the team of William Tabb and Josh Stroud. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents are making their way to ringside. That way at a combined weight of 543 pounds. From South Africa and Pensacola, Florida, they are from the Stud Stables. Here is the team of Boomer H. Lynch and Mr. Olympia. The referee gives us one fall, special 20-minute time limit.
Okay, Boomer H. Lynch and Mr. Olympia going up against Wild Bill Tabbs and Joshua Stroud. Stroud in the red trunks. One heck of a football player as well. Played for the Orlando Panthers in the Youthful Football League. Boomer H. Lynch and Mr. Olympia, two big, powerful men. Lynch over 300 pounds. By the way, if you are an athletic director or a member of a civic organization, you'd like to have Continental Championship Wrestling in your community, please contact Mr. C. Ronald West, C. Ronnie West, at the number that you see displayed on the screen at this time. Ronnie West can tell you all of the details involving how Continental Championship Wrestling can come to your community as a fundraiser. Joshua Stroud, brother, you talk about a tremendous physical being. He is indeed. One fall, an Australian tag team match. As I said, referee is Nick Vickers. By the way, Brad and Armstrong and Tommy Rich will be at the Heart of Anniston, Alabama Inn, the Heart of Anniston, from 4 until 5:30 on January 15th for an autograph session. Next week, the Tennessee Stud will be here. Look at this crowd! Roberto. He had about 240 pounds pressed above his head, and I'm not so sure that Mr. Olympia is going to get back to his feet. He's got some problems. Mr. Olympia's got some serious problems, but I don't notice Boomer H. Lynch jumping into the ring. Wild Bill Tabb is in there now, having tagged up with Joshua Stroud. Well, Mr. Lynch is interesting indeed. Loosening up some knotted muscles, but you don't see Boomer Lynch getting into the ring. I find that most interesting. Did I mention that next week the Tennessee Stud will be here? If I didn't, I'll mention it now. Also on January 15th, 4 until 5:30 at the Heart of Anniston Inn
in Anniston, Alabama. Brad Armstrong and Tommy Wildfire Rich will be there. That's Wednesday, January 15th, for an autograph session from 4 until 5:30. Folks in Anniston stand by. Should be an exciting afternoon. Top wrist lock now. Wild Bill Tabbs and Boomer H. Lynch has finally gotten into the ring. Lynch trying to gain some advantage here, and thus far unable to do so. Got a little extra leverage that time. I've had an opportunity to watch Stroud and Tabbs in action before. Both of them outstanding athletes. They are not as experienced a team as Olympia and Lynch. Whether or not that will make any difference really remains to be seen. Again, Lynch got some extra leverage. Referee Ken Dukas checking that out. Dukas now laying some words on Mr. Lynch. Lynch complaining, but I didn't see Wild Bill doing anything that was outside of the ordinary. Good solid put down is what it was. Full body slam on Wild Bill Tabbs. And that one stunned Tabbs a bit. He's circling his man. Lynch circles him as well. Good block. Good block by Lynch. Overhooked the leg. And it's Tabbs caught from behind by Mr. Olympia. Lynch ends up in a pinning position, but Tabbs powered away from it. Struck from behind by Mr. Olympia. Mr. Olympia has proven to be quite a Judas indeed. Lynch now with forearms into the back of Wild Bill Tabbs, and then another forearm right squarely down the spinal column. Mr. Olympia tagging up, gets a cheap shot in. And Mr. Olympia exploding some very heavy artillery indeed. Full body slam. Wild Bill Tabbs, and now an elbow across the chest. Tabbs powers out before the count. Olympia closes in again. Tabbs fires back. Catches him again, another forearm. And another forearm. Tag is made. Joshua Stroud moves into the ring. Joshua Stroud caught him with the right hand. Another hard right hand. Catches Boomer Lynch. Now we've got all four of them in the ring at the same time. Beautiful drop kick by Joshua Stroud. Tabbs has Mr. Olympia up a full body slam. Stroud moving in against Olympia. Now Wild Bill Tabbs against Boomer Lynch. He's got him pressed above his head once again. Full body slam on Mr. Olympia. Tabbs and Stroud. Whoops, Tabbs in trouble now. Lynch leaving the ring area. They're catching Stroud from behind now. Olympia tags up. Ooh. There's that big Afrikaner splash. He splashes down again. Makes the tag with Mr. Olympia. Stroud in trouble. Trying desperately to draw some air into his lungs after being compressed rather badly. Ooh. The brain scrambler. He He caught him with a brain scrambler. He caught him with the brain scrambler. It is all over for the team of Timbs and Stroud. For the word, here's our ring announcer.
In the time of 8 minutes and 33 seconds, the fall and the match go to the team of Mr. Olympia and Boomer H. Lynn.
Let's take another look at that. You'll see what I'm talking about. Stroud realized what was about to happen to him and very quickly tried to draw his head in, tried to tuck his head. And to no avail, however, he came down on the base of his skull and right on the weakest part of the spine, that, of course, being the neck. And so, the team of Olympia and Lynn score a victory over Stroud and Tab. Some very important announcements to make at this time. First of all, championship wrestling will be held this coming Tuesday in Florence, Alabama, on Wednesday in Talladega, and on January 29th in Gadsden. Now, NWA Wrestling will not be seen next week here on this channel because of the cerebral palsy telethon. We're certainly glad to relinquish our time for such an auspicious event. And we will be returning on the 27th to Boutwell Auditorium. However, tomorrow night, a very, very important night of wrestling here in Birmingham.
Oh, I'm talking about battling in Boutwell. They got tar and feather, helter skelter. Brad's got a no DQ for the Continental title, and I got Mr. Turncoat Olympia, Gordon. And guess what I got? Tape fist match. That means you can put all the tape, all the padding. I can come out there with a fist this big if I want to, Gordon, and I intend to. And I may just knock Mr. Olympia out of that mask. I may knock the mask off, and the head may come with it. But anyway, brother, tomorrow night it's going down in Boutwell, and you're number one to go down, Olympia.
Now, here's an opposing word.
Well, you got it. You got it to do, Bullet, because, you're just standing over there talking about what you're going to do to me. Well, you know that you're the best lie teller in the country, because when I tape up my fist, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to you, because you're going to look like a muppy taping yourself up when it's all over. That's it, baby. Work on it. And I've been standing over the mirror just getting a little contrast and a few differences from me and that Brad Armstrong. I'm about 1.5 feet taller. My arms are at least 2.5 inches bigger than his. And talk about weight of the thing, we won't even get into that. And talk about class, baby, and that's the first thing I see when I look in the mirror. It's just a body full of class, baby. You look like you come off the beach yesterday, punk. You got no chance for this title. My trophy or nothing else. Your buddy's mine.
Exactly right. Tomorrow night, no disqualification. Anything can happen and probably will. Tomorrow night, Boutwell Auditorium. Be there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Scheduled one fall with television time remaining. It is a continuation of the Continental TV title held last week. First of all, making his way to ringside at 223 pounds, Marietta, Georgia, here is Brad Armstrong. The winner of this match is the Continental champion. Ladies and gentlemen, entering the ring, weighing in at 232 pounds from Tennessee, here is Olympia, Robert Fuller. The winner of this match will be the Continental Television Trophy champion.
All right, this, of course, a continuation of a match that started last week. Time ran out before a clear-cut decision could be made, and so Continental Championship Wrestling ordered that the match be continued. So that's exactly what we have now. Brad Armstrong going after Robert Fuller, and and the Continental TV Championship and trophy. There you see the beautiful trophy. Mr. Crumley taking it outside the ring right now. Referee is Roy George. Championship match. Interesting, in our first match, we had a brand new Southeastern heavyweight champion in the form of Norvell Austin. Referee warning Brad Armstrong, but Armstrong's not the kind of man to take that kind of advantage over anyone. Okay. My apologies for the slightly muffled sound there for just a moment. My microphone had gotten away from me just a tad, but I think we're back on ready now. Brad Armstrong up and over his man. And look at Fuller catching mid-flight. Oh, body slam on Brad Armstrong. Fuller missed when he came down with that elbow. Brad Armstrong closing in very quickly. Brad Armstrong now with a side headlock. Remember, this is a continuation of a match that began last week. The Continental TV Championship on the line. A very prestigious title. Armstrong keeping the side headlock. Fuller catches him in the midsection and gets a side headlock on Brad Armstrong. Armstrong in the green trunks, giving away a good 5 or 6 inches in height. Fuller comes in at about 6'4", and has to go about 2. Beautiful tip up and a drop kick that has Mr. Fuller outside the ring. Fuller immediately trying to claim that it was over the top rope automatic disqualification. But it was obvious that Mr. Fuller aided and abetted that situation. But Roy George, a very, very effective official, warning Armstrong just in the event that he might have that thought in mind. Of course, it would not serve Armstrong well to do precisely that. Now, Fuller is not going to win the match in that manner. That is for sure. Top wrist lock. And Fuller got some extra leverage that time, as you could easily see. Remember, next week the Tennessee Stud will be here. Don't forget, of course, that Brad Armstrong and Tommy Wildfire Rich will be at the Heart of Anniston in Anniston, Alabama on Wednesday, January 15th from 4 until 5:30 in a personal appearance autograph session. Right now, Brad Armstrong has got other things on his mind. Say a special hello to my good friend Marty Hood here from the Don Pool Company out of Brightsville. Continental title on the line. The Continental TV title, that is. Fuller using the flat of the foot. Well within the bounds of rules and regulations. Fuller uncorked the hard right hand. The side of the head of Brad Armstrong. Has him up. Oh, body slam on Brad Armstrong. Armstrong. Hurting now, but he powers out. Good second effort. Fuller. Hurdling Armstrong from the ring. Now Fuller leaving the ring himself. And Armstrong smashed into that steel ring post, caught his shoulder, and that may be the telling difference here. That could well be the difference in this match. If Armstrong is coming up, that shoulder bothering him, obviously. And Fuller wasting no time, and Armstrong fires back. Armstrong with everything that he's got. Injured shoulder and all, and he's giving it everything. That adrenaline is flowing. Tomorrow is when he's going to feel that. He may not feel a lot of pain right now, but tomorrow he's going to know about it. And I don't think he cares. He has one thought in mind, and that's to try and defeat Robert Fuller and take that Continental Television Championship. Armstrong powering away now. Referee Roy George. Wait a minute. Fuller did something to that boot. Caught Armstrong in the pit of the stomach coming in. No, sir, he's on the rope. He was on the rope. Referee Roy George trying to tell him that he did not have the 3 count. He did not have the 3 count. Armstrong did, however. Armstrong got the 3 count. Armstrong. Fuller's attention was diverted. He thought he had the match won. Armstrong got him in a rolling cradle. Caught him beautifully. And we have a brand new Continental TV champion. For the official word, here's our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion in Birmingham. The new Continental Television Trophy champion, Brad Armstrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this television match scheduled one fall. There is a 10-minute time limit. First of all, in the ring, weighing in at 246 pounds, West Jefferson, Alabama, here is Ken Glover. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent needs no introduction. As he wakes his way to ringside, he weighs in at 228 pounds. Here is the Bullet, bad to the bone, the referee, Ron West.
Referee signaling very quickly for the bell. It's the Bullet moving out against Ken Glover. The Bullet, beautiful chain reaction there. Glover got into those ring ropes that forced the break. Once again, Ronnie West, the referee. Let me repeat once again while... Watch for possible trouble here. Glover in the black and gold. The Bullet. Very close friend of Bob Armstrong. And the Bullet is the short chopping right hand.
Moving effectively. Smashing right hand to the side of the jaw. Another smashing right hand. Drives the knee to the midsection. The Bullet could be in trouble. After that mask, and boy, he caught a right hand that dropped him in a hurry. Another right hand that catches him. The Bullet winds up, caught him under the chin that time. Glover in trouble is the Bullet. Irish whip off the rope. Caught him with the back of the elbow. Spinning toe hold. Into the figure four. Perfectly executed figure four. And Ken Glover very quickly conceding. Glover very quickly conceding. There you see him. The victor using the figure four, the Bullet. I want to take a moment right now to talk to the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, the Nightmares.
That's right, Mr. Soto. You know, I cannot believe that the Richards went ahead and signed a return match. You know, before they signed this match, I thought for sure that we were going to have to put my partner's hair up to get a return match for them.
Well, I know what you're talking about, of course, the Star and Southern match.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I received a telegram from Mr. Bob Geigel, the president of the NWA. He says the NWA will absolutely not sanction that kind of a match. However, inasmuch as the problem started here with Continental Championship Wrestling, Continental Championship Wrestling is agreed, as long as the Richards are agreed and as long as you two are agreed.
Oh, we agree. Wholeheartedly. We agree to this Star and Southern match.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Now, for some of you who may not be aware of what happened, in a match not too terribly long ago, the Nightmares suddenly charged at Tommy Wildfire Rich and Johnny Crash Rich. And, well, let's take a look.
Let's take a look at that film right now. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there they are. They think they done won the match. Yeah. But no, who's there? Like true commandos that we are, baby, we hit the ring. We get rid of Johnny, and we take care of Tommy. And then the big moment comes. We take care of Johnny right there on the floor. We tar and feather him, and yes, we made our own chicken. We did him in, baby. He looked like the true chicken he is. Let's see. How about Chicken Man Johnny Rich? Yeah, Chicken Man. That's it, Chicken Man. Everybody sees it right there on the film, baby. He's got feathers from head to toe.
Well, I hope you two are...
That's great, baby. What? I think that's great, Gordon. And you know what? Everybody knows that in 1985, Tommy Rich had those big life-size posters he was trying to sell. Is that right? Yep. Well, we have come up with a poster for 1986. It's going to be the poster child, and we would like for the director to show that on the film right now. Show a picture of that poster, put it right on TV. We want everybody to see it. Up there, look. The Birmingham Bird. The Birmingham Bird. Johnny Rich with the feathers all over him. Look at that poster. Look at that poster. I think that's great. Oh, it's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's great. Hey.
Wait a minute.
Funny, huh?
Now, wait a minute, son. Now, Johnny, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, don't cause any trouble out here. Hey, whoa, watch out. Hey, we got a bald head there. Brother. Well, we've got chaos and peddling here. And wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Well, we've got total chaos going on out here. The Richards, and they're getting some just desserts right now. I can assure you of that. This battle is going on. And it is, we've got to get somebody out here. Let's get somebody out here to break this up, please. Get somebody out here to break it up, please. We've got to get this broken up immediately. They're going all the way out into the, well, we've got to break this up. Please, gentlemen, let's... Great day in the morning, catapulted right onto that concrete floor, and the battle goes on. The battle goes on. And they're still battling it out on the floor. The Nightmares. And of them. His face a crimson mask now. Johnny Crash Rich and Tommy Wildfire Rich. And the battle continues out on the concrete. And it is the Nightmares up against that retaining wall. And the one Nightmare completely knocked over the retaining wall. The other Nightmare being caught by Tommy Wildfire Rich. And we've got to get some order restored. We've got to get order restored. We'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment.
Continental Championship Wrestling in Florence, Alabama on Tuesday, Talladega on Wednesday, Gadsden, Alabama on the 29th. And tomorrow night in Birmingham at Bothwell Auditorium, Continental Championship Wrestling presents a tar and feather match, Tommy and Johnny Rich against the Nightmares. Continental Championship, no disqualification. Brad Armstrong against Robert Fuller. Eighth this match, the Bullet against Mr. Olympia. Southeastern title return. Norvell Austin, seconded by Lady Maxine against the exotic Adrian Street, attended by Miss Linda, plus 5 other big matches.
Well, obviously, we had to cut away while to get order restored. We do have Tommy and Johnny Rich here at the set right now. And before I talk to them, if the Nightmares have anything to say, let's hear it from them right now.
Definitely the wildest match I've ever seen, Nightmare. That's the top of the table. You tore the building up. That's right, baby. We tore the building up because we are champions. We are the toughest champions you people have ever seen. You want a tar and feather match? We'll tar and feather you right here, anywhere in the United States of America, right? That's right, baby. You want a tar and feather match? Are you scared because we made a chicken out of you, Johnny Rich? Chicken man. Let me tell you something. The loser of the fall, the match has been signed. Tar and feather the very same night, baby. And we'll win it.
Well, you've heard the challenge.
You know, somebody say something about Birmingham, Alabama. Johnny Tommy Rich is town. Well, I'm going to tell you what. You done been in one hell of a fight, Jack. You come out on top this time. Next week, though, you want a tar and feather match. Not Jason. Let me go on the first start to the match to beat somebody. Well, that's what we're going to do. And we promise that it ain't going to be us that gets tarred and feathered.
And so during the past hour here on Continental Championship Wrestling, 2 championships have changed hands. The new Southeastern heavyweight champion is Norvell Austin, equally, I think, responsible as Lady Maxine. And, of course, we do have a new Continental TV champion in Brad Armstrong. Next week, the Tennessee Stud returns to Continental Championship Wrestling. We'll also see a U.S. Senior Heavyweight Championship match, Tim Horner, Roberto, Soto, and a host of others. Until next weekend, this is Big Gordon.